punches me in my nose. It was random. He just punched me in my nose. Like, what's up guys, it's me again with another video. So I'm gonna be doing kind of a story time today. As you guys saw in the title, it's gonna be kind of crazy. So, you know, sit back, relax, get like a bag of chips, get your tea, whatever you need to do, go ahead and grab that because this is gonna be kind of a wild ride, man. So this will be about the time I got into my first fight, like my first fight ever, man. My first legit fight, because there was one that didn't count, I got beat up, but like another one I actually got in a fight. This was a long time ago, obviously. Like I'm pretty sure most of our first fights didn't really happen. You know, I'm pretty sure that happened when we were all young, because you know, little kids and all that energy and disagreements and whatever. Anyways, so I'm in 3rd grade, and I'll never forget it, man. I would take the bus to school all the time. I lived in Chicago, I think I emphasized that enough. So one morning, it was me and my sister, we were like, you know, on the bus, or like we were taking the bus or whatever, and like she sits wherever on the bus, I sit by my friends, blah, blah, blah. We're all like chopping it up, whatever, like, hey, yo, what's up, or hey, what's up, woo, 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 between all me and my friends and everything, right? So it's crazy, man, because there was this one kid, I wasn't really friends with him. It was kind of like, maybe like I just knew who he was, I guess, but he was like, you know, he would pull pranks on everybody on the bus, man. Like I was sitting kind of towards the back of the bus, by the way. But this kid was sitting in front of me, and he was like, you know, chopping it up with the people in front of me and stuff. Like, oh yeah, whatever, what's up, blah, blah, blah. But he was like pulling pranks. So I'm like, oh, cool, whatever. But I wasn't even paying attention to that. So I'm like, you know, talking to my friends. I'm like, yeah, this is cool, whatever. Then I feel a tap on my shoulder. And I'm like, okay. So I turn over and say, hey man, like, I heard it's your birthday, bro. And I'm like, it's not my birthday, but okay. He's like, well, I have something for you, man. So I'm like, all right, cool, you know, and I'm just, you know, I'm 8 years old, by the way. I was in 3rd grade, so I'm 8 years old. I'm like, I didn't know it. So he's like, hey man, it's in my hand. You're gonna have to like, you're gonna have to open my hand. So he holds his hands like this. Bruh. So I try to pry his hands open, and for some reason, he punches me in my nose. It was random. He just punched me in my nose. He's like, surprise. And I'm like, oh, hell no. So like with me, I had a crazy adrenaline rush, and I drug him over the seat, and I started punching him in his face. I got on top of him and started waylaying him. I'm like, okay, hell no. I started fighting, and then he tried to fight back, but I'm like, I'm not going, man. So I started beating him up, and everybody stopped what they were doing. They were looking at us. I realized, oh man, all these dudes got eyes on us and stuff now. So everybody's like, oh my God, like, holy shit, I didn't know this dude could fight. So I'm like, you know, laying into him and stuff like that, right? Dude stands up, cause like, he like kicks me in between the seats on the bus. So like, if for instance, I'm sitting on this seat and there's a gap right next to me and stuff like that, and then there's seats over there, right? I was sitting on the seats like over there, and then I got kicked into the aisle, so my upper back was on the seat across from me, and my legs were on the seat that I was sitting on. So I'm like, oh fuck, I'm in a shitty position. So this dude stands up on the seat that I was sitting on, right? And mind you, I'm in the middle of the aisle, like sprawled out, like, oh fuck. And dude's about to jump on me, like, cause it looks like he's getting ready to jump up and like Superman punch my ass like in the middle of the fucking bus. I'm like, hell no. He was doing some crazy shit. Like, I think he thought he was a wrestler, cause you know, we're little 3rd grade kids. I mean, we were watching WWE back in the day. So dude, once he had the upper hand, he like starts rolling his eyes in the back of his head and stuff like that. You know, some shit that the Undertaker from WWE would do. And he was about to come down and steal my goofy ass like in the fucking bus. And I'm like, So when I saw that, I freaked out, and I took my foot and I kicked his head against the glass, and I kept kicking it, kept kicking it. And he's like, doom, doom, doom. And he like kind of slumped and fell on the ground. And then as soon as I got back up, cause I was in the middle of the bus, and everybody's like, oh shit, get up, don't let him jump on you, blah, blah, blah. So I get up, and then I grabbed the dude, and I started, and he was, mind you, he was like borderline unconscious, and I just kept laying into him, like boom, boom, boom. And then these 8th graders pulled me off of him. They're like, yo, like, what the fuck? And I'm like, I fucking hate you. Why would you do that, you motherfucker? Like, they were like pulling me off of him and everything, and I'm like, oh shit, like, shit was going down, man. I was going crazy. So meanwhile, like, you know, everything was going down and stuff, and then I'm like, man, like, this is gonna be crazy, because I already know I'm about to get suspended. So they're gonna bring me and the kid to the principal's office and stuff like that. And at the time, yo, this kid was having beef with everybody. I think he got into a fight with everybody in my class at least once. I think at that point I was the only kid that hadn't fought him. But like, it wasn't like he was a strong kid per se. He was like shorter than everybody and everything, but like, I guess he just had some issues maybe. But anyways, I went to the principal's office and I was scared because I was a really good kid, man. Like I had like, you know, I did decent enough not to get in trouble for the most part. I mean, the most trouble I got into was just for talking, you know what I mean? Like in the middle of class. But nah, man, they're like, hey, like, why did you fight him, blah, blah. I'm like, hey, like, he was messing with me. He like tried to give me like a present type thing and then he punched me in my face. So I'm like, I'm not gonna just sit there and take that. Like, I'm not turning the other cheek. I'm beating the fuck out of him. Like, people got it fucked up. What they're teaching, like these kids nowadays, man, is like, oh, if you get hit, you know, just don't do anything to them. Just tell the teacher. And then if they do it again, just tell the teacher again. I'm like, no, I'm teaching my kids, defend yourself. If somebody hits you and lays their hands on you, you lay your hands on them back. I mean, let them know that that shit's not cool. Like, they punch you, you punch them back. But like, listen, don't you ever lay your hands on me. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's exactly what happened, right? And I guess the principal's talking to us, trying to get the whole story from both of us and blah, blah, blah. And then obviously from the people that saw the fight. So I couldn't go to class that day because of what happened. And we had like, I had in-school suspension because they found out I was defending myself. And then the kid had out-of-school suspension. So that was, you know, that was that. I chopped it up with my parents back home when I got home and stuff. I'm like, yo, I told them what happened. They're like, I heard you got into a fight. What happened? I'm like, well, I mean, dude punched me, so I punched him back. And I'm honestly going to do it again if they decide to think that shit's cool, because I'm not going to just sit there and take it. So it was crazy, man. Like, learned a lot. You know, I definitely learned, like, you know, some people have a fight or flight sense of thing. So when they get, like, if people start fighting them, some people like curl up in a ball and just like, stop it, stop it. Nah, man, you gotta fight back, man. You gotta fight back. But anyways, that was my story, man. Hopefully that kind of like, you know, jogged up some memories for you guys, like when you guys got in your first fight or whatever. You know, it's just kind of wild, man. It's a wild story, but I'll never forget it. Had a lot happen, but that's pretty much it. If you guys enjoyed what you saw, what you heard, whatever, like, comment, subscribe, turn on your post notifications. I'll be back with you guys with another story time soon as fuck. All right, peace.